I don't know if you can hear it, but I believe that's a clutch fan. It comes directly behind this Ford emblem, but then when you pop the hood up, you can't find it. And I put my hand in there, and you can turn the fan a little bit freely. I don't know how freely you can supposed to turn it, but I bought one from Advance, so I'm gonna go get it in Little River right now, and I'll be right back. I watched a couple of videos, but no, I can't find one where really to show you how to do this. So I'm gonna try to make one as I go here, and hopefully I don't mess anything up. So first thing I'm gonna do is remove this air box top, and then I'm gonna remove this hose, this air intake pipe. And I've seen where they're trying to do this without moving this intake box, and they're breaking the plastic right here. So I don't know why they won't remove this first, but I'm gonna remove this by the clips, and then after I get it removed, and then I'll take one of that box. To remove the top, you'll just unhook the sensor, and it's gonna have 4 plugs, or 4 clips here. And then there's gonna be a O-ring or hose clamp ring right there. It'll come off. Then I'm gonna remove this square here, and it looks like I'm missing a bolt right there. My truck here's had an engine put in it from a shop year ago August, and they didn't do a good job about it. So I'm gonna remove that clip there, or that hose. Remove this one. I think this just comes out of this tube. Let me pull on it a little bit. So there's a hose clamp right there on the intake. I just unscrewed it instead of removing this box, and then I'll pull it out. There we go. You probably can't see right here, but it will turn, and it's a little wobbly. So something's not right, I'm sure. So we'll continue to work on it and see if we can get it out. So I've loosened this water tank. 1, 2, 8mm bolts. Then I loosened this power steering reservoir with 1 8mm bolt. Then you got 1 pin or a rivet, 2 rivet, and there's 1 down there. There's 3. And I was taking a small Allen wrench, sticking them in and twisting them and popping them up. And I had some needle noses, and I finished ripping them, and I'll probably end up putting plastic rivets back. So let me see if I can get this piece off of it. This thing here's a pain, but I got it broke loose, and now I can get to the fan and get the 10mm off of it. So let me show you the fan. I can get in there now, and so I'll get them 10mm bolts off. There's 4 of them that holds that fan on. So I've reached down in there and got the fan unbolted. And I'm gonna take this Mountain Dew carton and try to shove down in there between that fan and radiator for when that fan busts, because I know my luck, I will punch that radiator. So let me get this shoved in there. Okay, as you can see, the fans will just sit here and probably wobble back and forth a little bit, but it is off that clutch assembly. And there's 4 bolts, and I'll show them to you when I get out. And I'll show you what not to try to do, because I tried to follow another video to do it a shortcut, and it ain't gonna work. So let me unplug this thing, and I'll be right back. So I got the connector connected there, disconnected, and I think they say it's a 13mm bolt. Right there, it holds that bracket on. So let me pull that bolt out real quick. Okay, that 13mm bolt, that holds that bracket for the harness on that clutch, that fan clutch, is pretty long. I had to use a breaker bar to break it loose. As soon as it broke loose, it came right out. Alright, let me see how I can get this fan out, this clutch off now. So there's the new clutch. And the reason I'm doing this myself is I called a shop yesterday, the one I usually take to get in my truck. They did my starter a couple weeks ago. Nobody in this area wants to do a car unless you book 3 weeks out, even for an oil change. I put a $21,000 motor in this truck from Ford, and the Ford dealership here still wants you to book 3 weeks out for an oil change. That makes no sense. But there is a garage here in front of the house, so I'll work on it. Every once in a while, they won't do major stuff to it. But yesterday when I called, they told me it was going to be $1,200 to do it, and a 4-hour labor rate. And then he wanted me to bring it on Monday, but he wanted it for 3 days, so it knocks me off out of work for a week when you take my truck for 3 days. So I bought this here today. They're priced at $297 through Advance. I ordered it through the website and got the 15% off, and I think I paid like $260 something for it. And then I bought these clutch wrenches, and they're pretty expensive though, but I wanted to get it off, and I'm going to do it. This is why I'm doing it myself. Even buying the wrenches, I'm going to save myself $800 to $900. So all I got to do is pull it off and put it back together. So when I figure out how to do it, I'm going to take my time doing it, getting it off, but it's right there coming off. As you see, it's so I have a big adjustable wrench, and it's huge, but it wasn't big enough for this boat. So here's one of these wrenches here, and it's got open end on each end, different, and it's got where you can put a 1/2-inch breaker bar in it. But so I'm gonna put this on and see if I can break it loose. I'll see if I can film it. All right, so here we are a couple hours later. This wrench will grab that fan clutch's nut, but all it does is make the pulley slip. So I just went to Napa. I had to wait on a car because I parked in front of the Buick today, and I just bought this at Napa. And this here is a tool that's going to grab that nut, or grab the pulley to keep it from slipping. And I just paid $32.10 for that, so we'll see how good it does. All right, today's Saturday, about noon. I just got the old clutch off of the pulley, and I bought this tool yesterday at Napa, and it comes with these two pins or whatever. They go in the bottom of it. It's supposed to grab the hold of the pulley, but they're too small. That's the needle of it, and it's too small. You can fit it into the pulley holes on each side of the pulley, but it's got so much slack in it, and it's hard to keep this thing from sliding off. So I put 2 1/4-inch bolts, and I had to tape them in. And I want to go ahead and say, if somebody says that they're sitting there hitting that thing with a hammer and getting it to break loose, and they ain't got it on video, they're lying to you, because I'm going to see them do it. This is the big wrench, 47mm size. That's what fits that pulley right there. And I end up having to use that pull bar, 2-foot long pull bar, like that right there, on that wrench. And when you put that wrench in there, so I'm going to show you why they're lying to you. When you put that wrench in there, right there is as much room as you got. So if you look down, I have the other clutch in there right now. I just ain't got it tightened up yet. I just got it set in there. But they're lying to you. They ain't got nowhere to swing a hammer to hit that thing. And that's why you don't see a video of them doing it either. And I did take a 2x4 and hit that with a hammer a couple of times yesterday, and all I did was spin the pulley. So I'm going to tighten this in here up real quick, and then we'll try to get working on the fan real quick. See how, I mean, I guess everything I have in me to get that through. So I'm gonna put the 2-inch breaker bar on it and try to tighten it up that way. So when you do this, I don't know if the video is showing it. I have the pulley holder tool holding into the pulley right there. You can't hardly see it. Then the wrench is right there. So let me back it off and show you, see if I can show you. So I just tighten them up using both of them together. So I don't want to misguide anybody like some of the other videos of what they've done. I want to give you an idea of how big my hand is. When I wire gloves, if I put a large on, I can't get the thing to fit all the way down on my fingers, and it's real tight, so I wire it extra large. And I've been working between this hole right here, and that's how I'll have to go in and tighten the bolts on that fan. And I can put my hand in there down to the wrist. And so if you're a bigger person and got big hands, big wrists, you're not going to fit down in there, so you'll have to take more of it off, because the back of my hand scraped up pretty good. So and I don't know what else you would have to take off to do it, since I didn't have to. So you may have to want to investigate a little bit more if you're a bigger person or just got big hands and big wrists. But like I say, I wear an extra large glove. So I got them 4 bolts on the fan. That was a pain. You have to go in between these here. And like I said, if you have a big wrist, I don't know how you'll ever do it. You'll have to find a way to remove that front plastic piece right there. But the fan's tight. Let me show you right here on the old one. You'll have 4 studs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's what the fan goes on. And there is a video of a guy using a Torx 27 trying to pull it off, and I tried to do that. And my bolts on this old one, they kind of rounded off. So I wouldn't even try that junk either. So there's a bunch of them that's doing it a lot different than what I did. But I don't know. I tried to take a shortcut on doing it. I'd recommend just go ahead and doing it the right way. That way you don't get wrapped up in a mess. Now I'm going to use push pins to put this shroud, plastic cover, or whatever back on. So let me do that real quick. When you remove them rivets, I used a little hook. They have them catches right beside the rivet hole. And you have to lift up on them. I used a hook and then ran a flathead screwdriver down the edge of it all the way down and popped that bottom one out. The Dorman assortment's what I used. I just used 3 of those right there. And it's pretty tight. Alright, the harness is reopened back, reattached. Now I'm going to put the airbox back on. I forgot to show that box there. I put the 2 bolts back. And the power steering, I put that bolt back. And there's this box back. Don't forget, it's got that hose clamp right there. And I'm missing that bolt, so I'll have to go to True Value and buy that bolt or something to fit in there. Alright, I got all my air boxes on. Now I'll try to crank it up and see what happens. Alright, no more grinding. We'll see how it does on a test drive later on. It's not the worst repair that I've ever done, but that was right up our attic, skill-wise. Like I said, I guess the biggest thing is to make sure you got the right tool, the wrench and the holder. and the small wrist. I mean, you're gonna have a small wrist to get in there to do it like I did, or figure out how to remove some more of that fan shroud. Alright, if you like stuff like this, watching me work on my own truck, trying to keep it on the road and not spend $1,250 to do this repair. Total, it would took me probably about 5 hours. They said it was a 4-hour bill rate, but they know what they're doing, and I don't. But I couldn't spend that much money and lose my truck for 3 days. Alright, until next time.